Everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. Today we're trying to do some up-to-date gameplay of Nilah, another 3-star champion. Try to do a lot of, 3-star champion gameplays and just getting up-to-date gameplay for all the champions in the game, because for some of these it's been a little while since we posted anything. So today we're going to be going for Nilah, and I think we're going to try Nilah versus Fizz. I think that should be fun for both. For one, they're both bilge water champions. Let's go over a constellation just in case you need a little bit of a refresher. So each round, the first 2 fleeting units or spells you play, you double, or well, you copy, I should say. This is pretty nice. You have some amount of card duplication in your kit. Card duplication is very, very strong. So being able to potentially copy the first 2 cards you play, or first 2 fleeting ones every single round, can be very strong. For your 2-star plus 1 starting mana, when you discard a card, create a copy of it in your deck, and then you draw 1 fleeting card at next round start. And that is for each card you discard. So this is pretty nice because fleeting cards, they're automatically discarded at the end of the round. So if you generate a bunch of fleeting cards but then can't play them, they'll be discarded but really just shuffled back into your deck. And then you'll draw more fleeting cards at the next round start. So you want to be deliberately discarding cards or just making fleeting cards you're going to discard. That way you draw more fleeting cards next round, so that you can keep having fleeting cards to play to get doubled. Also, this gives you a good amount of extra draw, which is very good for Nilah, because for Nilah, her whole effect is you've drawn 15 cards. Now, for the build we're going to try, I don't think I've ever done this whole build together like this. We're going for a Death's Foil +1, and when I'm attacking, I can't take damage or die. With Nilah, you want to be able to attack, but she's such a weak champion that especially going into a higher level encounter, she often struggles to attack because the enemy could just kill her. So attack, create a slipstream in the top 6 cards of your deck. Then when you level, you're still doing that slipstream, but now you're also dealing 2 damage to all enemies in the enemy nexus. That slipstream is a way to draw more cards that are fleeting. So you really want her to be able to attack. But again, attacking with her can normally be pretty risky, so we're trying to go with Death's Foil to fix that. We're going for Loose Cannon's Payload. When I'm summoned, discard your entire hand, then create that many pow-pows in hand. So you see that right here, 2 cost, deal 3 to a unit. Now this is doing a lot for you. For one, you're discarding your entire hand, which means those are all getting shuffled back into your deck, and then you're gonna draw that many cards next round that are all gonna be fleeting. So this means you draw a ton at the very start of the game, which helps your Nilah level up very quickly, and you're getting all of these cards, all these fleeting cards. You should be able to play just your 2 fleeting cards every round, get those doubled, which can be very, very strong. And the good thing about these fleeting cards is if you don't use them, they get discarded, shuffled back, and then you draw more cards next round that are also fleeting. And this also gives you some solid removal from the pow-pows. So just overall, this actually works out quite well for you. Then we'll also just throwing on the Black Shield to try to protect our Nilah and all of our units. Just a great general relic, especially for the Fizz encounter because they have so many spells. Now, if you're enjoying our content and you want even more content, definitely check the links down below for our Discord, Twitch channel, and our replays channel where we post some videos that we do over on Twitch that aren't going to make it over here on the main YouTube channel. Also, just thank you for continuing to watch. I really appreciate it, and let's get into it. All right, first power, let's see what we can get. Reduce the cost of a random card in all players' hands to 0 this round. Don't know if I really want to do that with the enemy. Trifarian, I feel like most units we play aren't going to be able to trigger that. So while I love this effect, I don't think it's going to really help us too much. Sub cost reduction can be fine, but we're already a pretty early game deck. I think we'll probably be okay. Let's try a reroll here. Unyielding, the first time an ally dies each round, revive it. We target an ally with a single target spell, copy on your weakest. We don't have a lot of spells we're targeting on our own units, or really any baseline. So that's not the best. Having units is not bad. I think we'll go for Undying. It's not like we're a great deck to try to utilize this, but still can be solid. Let's go here for Crack Shot. Let's get rid of actually both of our Nilahs. We know we're gonna draw her because she's the only champion we have, so not as big of a deal. All right, so let's just immediately play her. She is going to discard our entire hand, give us all these pow-pows. Both of these can be rough, but I'm actually a little bit more worried about the Crack Shot Corsair because of that attack effect. Well, first let's just attack. All right, let's go ahead and kill that one there. And now we are going to run into a risk of overdrawing, but it's still, yeah, overall pretty good. Now those cards they get obliterated. They don't count as getting discarded, so those ones aren't going to get shuffled back in, so that is something we need to be aware of. I think let's drop one of these and kill it, and then slot bots. I do generally like slot bot, so yeah, let's go ahead and drop this here. Sure. We'll lose 2 units, but we want to keep our health up. And yeah, we get some of them back. So yeah, these will get discarded. We'll then draw 3 more fleeting at next round start, in addition to our normal cards. And we're already leveled. All right, I think I might want to go for the list, because this getting copied is going to immediately let us get a free attack in. So some of these, it's a little bit more worrying trying to get them doubled. I think let's go for a slipstream. So we'll draw 2 more fleeting. Perfect. So the Buru Lookout, getting this one doubled is pretty massive, because you essentially get 3 units that are all like over 5 power or 5 power more. I think let's go ahead and kill this one so we have 1 less blocker, and then let's just attack, do as much damage as possible, and that should be game. GG. Slipstream. Another card that we're drawing at the start of the game is good and bad, because it means we're going to discard 1 more when we play our Nilah, but then that means next round we're going to again have too many cards that are getting obliterated. You know what, having a little bit of champion draw if we don't draw our Nilah can be pretty nice, so sure, we can grab that one. Let's go for support champion. Also, one thing with this modifier is in the Fizz adventure, we're not only refilling our mana, but we're also drawing a spell every round, and so that's giving us even more draw, which can be good. But also, if we're discarding too many cards, we can then overdraw a lot. Talia, Aatrox. Not a huge fan of any of these. I think let's try to do a reroll. Let's see. Victor, Varus, Jack. Jack could be fun. You can generate some fleeting cards. Victor. Hexcore is also fleeting. Man, there's so much Farsight. Another fleeting card. I think we'll go for Victor, I think. There's always a great item over here, but Zap Sprayfin is so frustrating that we'll rather just go for the Kelp Maidens. Suppose it doesn't really matter. We have Nilah, so we're pretty much playing her, and then everything else is getting discarded anyways. So yeah, it doesn't matter too much. We'll drop her right here, and yeah, that's a lot of cards. We're going to overdraw like crazy next round. Nice that we can immediately kill her, though. Yeah, we have 6 cards, and this is going to be a lot. If we could get something like Spellslinger to make our spells a little bit cheaper, that would be very nice. So we could... So the Vic Rash isn't bad. I guess 2 of them would give us double attune. I was just trying to think of how we can get some more Pow Pows. I think let's maybe play this here, kill it. This should give us double attune, so then we can play another one. Alright, pretty good. Yeah, we want to kind of play as many cards as possible, just so we have more room to draw more. We're at 9. Yeah, this one's fleeting, so playing it would get kind of double what we want. Sure, we can drop a Victor. We can go for a Hexcore. We can go for a Pow Pow. Yeah, the Pow Pows are quite nice, just giving you a little bit more removal. Like, that's not something that Nilah is particularly great at, but it is fairly helpful. Let's go ahead and just attack like this. I think we are... Well, actually, we'll play a Pow Pow right here. And yeah, we could play some of these, but I think we are fine. This would give us a lot of draw, sure. These will be fleeting cards that, even though we won't have the mana to play them, all of these will be discarded, so we just draw more next round. Alright, I think let's go for the list. This will be a nice big attack. They're going to make me discard probably the Slipstream or the Death Ray. Let's go for the Pow Pow. We like just making sure they can't have any units, essentially. And sure, this going up twice is fine. I think let's go for Slipstream. This one's not fleeting, so we're just going to draw 2 cards, which won't be too bad. And then those can get discarded next round. Well, those get discounted this round and give us more draw next round. All right, pretty solid. And that'll be GG. Hunting Fleet, Cunning Kitten, Eye of the Storm. 2 cost and fleeting is kind of funny because then it would go off twice, which would then give us 4 draw, which can be good and then also can be a little bit bad. These 2 are fairly expensive though. This does have 1 draw on it. If I was created, draw 1, grant me 2/2. If we play this as fleeting, the first one wouldn't be created, but the second one that was copied would be, so then it would be a bit better. And then if we have one of them die, it would then be revived to be created as well from our legendary power. I like the Eye of the Storm, but I think we're just going to end up milling ourselves by drawing too much. Oh, this is going to have a lot of draw too, but yeah, I kind of want to go for the Cunning Kitten. Although actually one good thing with this one is we don't necessarily have to play it. Since it's fleeting, we can just keep letting it get discarded and just going back in our deck. So I think that actually could be nice, because it's not like we have to play it. And then if there's a situation where we don't have enough cards, being able to get that could be solid. Right here, this art is going to have too much draw. I think we'll just go for the Hired Gun. Let's go for a Squeaker. We're really trying to have a fine line of drawing a lot, but not overdrawing. Let's get rid of these 3. We'll hold the Victor, increase their odds of drawing our Samira. Or not Samira, Nilah, goodness. All right, so we will drop her here, discard all of these. Yeah, if we could get these down to cost, I mean, just like 1 less, suddenly lets us play way more of them. We'll attack first, see just in case they're actually going to block, which I doubt. Or if they do, they'll be the one that doesn't die. Yeah. Still, we could actually kill this one now. So, sure. Yeah, if we could get Wild Inspiration so our created cards cost 1 less, or if we could get Spell Slinger so our spells cost 1 less, that would give us a massive spike in power. Alright, so once again, let's play this here, kill a unit. We will drop the Exuberance because they have that attune. And then we can play this as well.
Come on, try me.
Alright, pretty good. So we could play this to get some more fleeting cards, but I think we're fine right now.
Behold the power of the seventh seal.
All right, nice level up. I think we'll drop the Hired Gun since it's fleeting. We'll get 2 of them. Let's go ahead and kill that one. And let's go ahead and kill this one. And then let's attack like this and just get as much damage down as we can. We were kind of wanting to play our Armed Gearhead, but they didn't actually kill any of our units. I think let's drop this Slipstream so we get 2 more fleeting. And that's just going to be discarded and we'll get them back next round. Because yeah, we want to stay close to having a max hand size. We just don't want to go overboard. This is, yeah, not the best. This is one reason why going for like Corrupted Star Fragment on your Nilah to try to kill some of your units intentionally can be nice, because right now we don't really want to play any of our fleeting ones because we want to have space to drop new units. I think let's pass for now and see what they do. All right, so we will, let's see. Block that one there. There.
Not my first gunfight.
Come on, try me.
All right, so we're killing a good amount of theirs. We're taking a little bit of damage, but this won't be too bad. Because we can just drop like the Lookout, immediately refill our board. Yeah, we are at 7 cards. Sure, let's drop this Slipstream. We'll get 2 more fleeting that we do not plan on playing. Those will all get discarded. So we could go for a Tidal Invocation here. Thing is, we don't have like any Overwhelm or anything like that, so this will be a little rough. but we could pair both of these together to kill their one elusive and make our tentacle pretty massive. And then we could go for the list right here to kill their trumpeteer, because that's a little bit scary of a unit. And yeah, let's drop another elusive. And then just attack like this to try to do as much damage as possible. They are going to be able to block this. What is this? Last Breath. Last Breath, an exact copy of the discarded unit. So yeah, not sure what that card is going to be, but that's all right. Okay, I guess our Brash, especially with that attack, they weren't able to block a lot of our units. Wasn't really factoring that in, but her attack effect just meant we actually can end right here. That's perfect. So, GG. All right, that actually went pretty well. Autopurse, when summon, create a prank in hand. Create 2 random 2-cost spells in hand, reduce their cost by 2, grant them fleeting. I like this, but I really like the Encore, especially with this Grifter's deck. One thing that can run into an issue with Nilah is sometimes you can mill yourself by drawing too many cards. Now your 2-star helps that because when you discard cards, they all get shuffled back into your deck, but sometimes you overdraw, a lot of those cards get obliterated. With this, having that Grifter's deck be shuffling more cards back in, that's on top of all the ones we're already doing, would be really nice. And it is generating more fleeting cards for us. I think this could be very, very good. I like that Autopus as well. All right, shop, we really want to see Wild Inspiration or Spellslinger. One of those two, that would be the perfect thing for us. Sharon is carrying, still good. So it's still solid. Not exactly what we're looking for, but it is a very strong power, so I can't really complain. Poro Cannon, Chump Wump, create a fleeting more powder. When I'm summoned, updraft your hand, grant me 1/1 for each card updrafted, and draw 2. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna make us draw 3, which is a little crazy. This one's a 6 cost. When I'm summoned, draw Nilah. Each round when you play your 3rd card, give allies 2 power and brash this round. When I would gain fleeting, reveal me instead. It's not bad, but the 6 cost is a little rough for us to play. Normally we want to play a whole bunch of cards to get as many cards out of hand as possible. So I don't think I want to do it. I think we'll just bank the mana. Let's go here for a healer. We have decent health. What card are we just never wanting to play? Honestly, the created calculations, while it's not bad, having another Farsight card just means we're going to be obliterating more of our cards because we're drawing too many at the start of the game. Like, we've done pretty well at staying below 10 cards, but for that very first round, it's too much. There's not much we can do about it. All right, let's go for Poppy. We're going to re-roll everything. Pretty much none of these cards matter. We just want our Nilah, because she's discarding everything anyways. All right, so we will drop her. Now, we do have Spell Shield, which is going to help us not get constantly recalled. All right, so we will just attack. All right, bit rude, but okay. And we'll drop this here, try to reduce down their units. Yeah, I would love if those could go down to a 1 cost. That'd be so good for us.
Wouldn't be a quest without some danger.
Let's drop this just to get blockers going. The good thing is, yeah, because of our Sharon is carrying, every time we drop a unit, they have Spell Shield because of our Black Shield, so they can just constantly be getting that.
Ooh, got some fighting, yeah.
We'll put these 2 right here. We'll drop one of these to kill that unit. And then I would like to reduce down Poppy, but because of that tough, she would massively be reducing down the effectiveness of our Formless Blade. So I think let's play that one right here. So yeah, decent damage. We will play the Slipstream. We'll get 2 more fleeting cards. Oh. Have we done both fleeting yet? Actually, these already have the vulnerable, so it kind of doesn't matter. We don't have quite enough to kill Poppy, but with the 2 items, maybe we can get lucky. And I think let's try. If we could get her off the board, that would be pretty great. We risked it. Yeah, the safe route would just be getting rid of the Stone Stackers.
Behold the power of the 7th seal!
That was their attack turn though, so now that we're kind of back on our attack turn, it's not as bad. Could go for double Victor. This card is funny because it's updrafting our whole hand and then making us draw a bunch more, which can be a little rough. Let's get rid of that right away. Let's play our Vic Rash.
Being here, dancing in all the beauty of life.
Elation
Let's
and water.
go ahead and attack. And sure, with this, we can reduce her down so that we can actually kill her, which will be quite nice.
Party.
All right, team. Adventure time.
I think let's play the Encore just to get 2 more fleeting cards, and then we'll pass. The Spell Shield is such a nice counter to Poppy because she's constantly wanting to recall your units, so this is actually really, really good. Alright, so that will just get eaten up by Spell Shield. We need to drop another unit now. Yeah, I think we can go for Victor. He also does make all of our created cards cost less, which is actually pretty big.
Don't rush the creative process, Hammerbrain.
So we could kill that one. This one will have Spell Shield. Sure, we'll try to kill this one over here.
So ends their tale.
I suppose we can go for a Slipstream, draw 2 more cards. They'll be fleeting. Do we want to drop this here? It won't be able to kill their Poro, and also won't be able to kill Poppy. But sure, we'll get the Poro lower, and then we can drop this to kill it. With Poppy, you want to reduce down how many units they have, because otherwise they scale up like crazy with their heroics.
Ready, set, slam.
All right. We could actually let Nilah die. She would then get revived and then, yeah, discard everything, which, sure.
Even this
Because then we're going to draw a bunch of cards next round, but now we have a bunch of Pow Pows that are now free because of our Victors. So we can get her off the board. And we can attack, and GG. Perfect. This is actually working out pretty well. Quick Strike Blade, that'll be really nice for our Nilah. Get some more attacks going, generating more slipstreams, and just with that Death's Foil, making sure she can't die. Yeah, that'll be pretty solid. Power, what can we get? Your units have Evolve, Haunting Hall, Proper Offerings. We definitely don't want this one. Do we have enough? Like, we have some with Elusive, Augment, Quick Attack, Challenger. We potentially could do it. Brash. But we have 4 rerolls. This isn't bad, giving us a little bit of extra stats, but I think I'd like something a little bit better. Create a random equipment in hand. Let's try one more. Round start, reduce the cost in hands by 1. Not terrible. It's still not going to help us draw or drop more Pow Pows. I think we'll go for Biggle Dust, though. We're actually making a decent amount of created units, because when we're playing a fleeting copy, the one that's copied, that will be created. And then when a unit gets revived from our Undying Legion, it should be created. So I suppose we can grab this one here. Yeah, I would like the champion items. Let's go for Fleet Admiral. Again, let's get rid of absolutely any or everything. All we want is our Nilah. Alright, no Nilah. Feels bad. Sure. Create a random 2-cost spell in hand. Like, this is going to make us draw 4 cards, which, I mean, one of them could be Nilah. Alright, none of them are her. Solid. We don't want to overdraw next round. We can go for a hired gun.
Gets noticed around here.
Let's go for the list. If we could kill their Fleet Admiral, that'd be very nice. This unit will get revived and should be, yep, a bit bigger.
say these were from the Protector himself.
Sure, we can go ahead and kill this one.
Echo!
Douse the wings to the rescue.
Shall
It's not too bad.
We're playing a different game.
Lance the artillery.
We'll, yeah, go for A Written in the Stars, although draw champion reduces cost, and you're doing the manifest. Potentially this could be a problem, because we might manifest the card first, and then have our champion get obliterated. It's not really great there. Let's play this.
Enjoying some carnage.
Drop our Written in the Stars. All right, so we're going to drop her here. Everything is going to get discarded, which is going to be a bit rough next round. The good thing is we can play at least a couple of these Pow Pows. Try to get rid of some of their units.
Submit to ecstasy.
All right, attack again, see how they block.
Who's angry for action?
We need to play as many of these as possible because we're drawing 10 cards. And yeah, we're obviously going to overdraw.
Behold the power of the seventh seal.
Yeah, it's a lot,
Wanted wrath.
which isn't great. So the list isn't fleeting, which isn't great. But we could play this here and kill that one. Problem is all of these, like they're fleeting, they're going to go off too much. Like this is going to make us draw a ton. It would have us draw 6 cards, which is not great. Sure, let's drop these here and try to kill that. I suppose we can go for the Encore, because at least we're creating 2 more cards in our deck. And let's, yeah, go for some of these just to make sure they can't attack. So we could play this to discard more cards, which would make us draw more next round. Again, we're probably going to overdraw like crazy. Let's actually, we can go for 8 list. It's not going to do its special effect, but just getting out of hand would be nice. And then, yeah, this will draw a ton. But we got rid of most of our cards, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Lock the door.
All right, perfect. We hit 9 cards. That's really, really nice. Let's see. We could play Mahira, and we would get 2 of them, which doesn't sound too bad. Let's curse both of these. I guess, yeah, they don't even have room for both of them.
To the rescue!
Shelly, we're playing a different game.
All right, let's kill that. Let's go for a Encore and see what we get. Pick a unit next time it takes damage. That actually could be very good. So we can use this right here. When Nilah attacks, she's going to deal damage to everything, meaning that unit's just going to die. We could drag this one aside, and then this will potentially just be game. Nice, GG. 2 copies of a card. We don't want to get more victors. That reduces our odds of drawing our Nilah. Mountain Goat, Make It Rain. I think we'll go for Make It Rain. Like if this gets copied, double Brainworm is huge. And then just reducing down enemy stats makes it more likely that our Brash is going to kick in. They can't block. So this is fun. And if we maybe got lucky and got something that increases the damage of our spells, that could be really, really good. All right, Farsight, making sure we drop our Nilah. That's very nice. Howling Gale, Tellstones. Any of these fleeting ones aren't bad because you can just play it and then sure you get the fleeting cards you can play, could get doubled, or you can just have it get discarded so you get more fleeting next round. Since we have the Farsight, I don't think we really need that. Best defense, let's actually leave and see. So there's no other shop here. This is fine, but most of our units have higher health than power anyways. I think let's try a reroll. Explosive Finale. We are trying to kill a couple units, especially with our Pow Pows, so that is fine. And yeah, some of these are okay, but I think we're doing all right. Slot bots, we don't really need more rerolls, especially here. So let's try to go for the spells chest. So we have Mirror Mage. I guess kind of whatever we have doesn't really matter because we know we're drawing our Nilah and she's discarding everything anyways. So yeah, we'll drop her here.
His power is mine to command.
I'm ready for something to reflect upon.
All right, not too bad.
Finder sharers! Party member down! Look, I see you. Got this from a side quest.
All right, that's a lot of units, but this should be fine. We are kind of overdrawing like crazy. I think let's open with a Make It Rain. This will go off twice, discard 2 of their cards, and depending on what it hits, it could kill some of their units.
Something to reflect upon.
Of course, it didn't hit any of the ones we needed. All right, I was hoping they weren't going to attack right away. I think we're just going to take this hit, unfortunately. We wanted our pool shark, so we had blockers. I guess instead we can just go ahead and use our pow pows, kill a couple of their units to reduce down the damage we're taking. Yeah, we don't want our Nilah to die. Yeah, we should have played our pool shark first, but we were really hoping that we would discard some of their good cards and then kill some of their poros. Oh, I got Nilah, not bad. Slotbot is solid, but doubling the lookout is also really, really good. Although these have overwhelm, sure, that'll be nice, because they're also gonna have just massive stats. We could go for straight damage, or we could try to kill the Mirror Mage. Granted, the Mirror Mage is gonna be it's gonna be so much damage. I think let's maybe just go for damage ourselves, potentially just try to avoid it a little bit more. All right, we're at 8 cards. Sure, we can pull out an Encore. Create a hand of random 2 cost from your regions.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose we can grab that one there.
I'm something of an aspiring trichologist.
So we have 8 cards. We could go for a Pow Pow to kill one of their units, or a Slipstream to get 2 more cards that would then get discarded at the end of the round. I think let's just attack like this and see how they block.
I'm ready for my closer. Something to reflect upon.
All right, so these ones will all die. Yeah, I think this will be fine.
Spin, spin, spin. You win. A winner is...
Oh, these both have the strike draw 1.
Do you like what you see?
All right, I think that's fine. Let's go for a Pow Pow. Although we could go for an Armed Gearhead, although I'm trying to get cards out of our hand. The problem is most of our cards are drawing more cards or generating more cards. And even like the Armed Gearhead's gonna have a fleeting card. That's gonna discard it, make us draw more. So I think we'll just go for a Pow Pow for a little bit of damage. Yeah. Oh, that's too many cards.
Something to reflect upon.
All right, let's play one of these, kill one of those, drop this, giving our whole board the elusive, generating 2 blockers, giving us mana for some more spells.
Dancing in all the beauty of life.
Again, we'll drop and kill that one. And we can go for a Encore here. So this is going to go off twice. I mean, it's going to give a unit regen and then give it the 2/2. I think we'll pass and see how they attack. So our Nilah will die since this is the first unit that's going to die. But honestly, that can be fine. We just need to reduce down the damage we're taking.
Oh, so
Sure, let's go here so that she can actually kill that unit.
A winner is you.
And I think this should be pretty good. Yeah, those guys having the extra draw is not really helping us. Let's go for another Encore here. All right, 27 cards left. We actually have done a good job, especially with these Encores, of shuffling a bunch of extra cards in our deck. But yeah, we can just attack and GG. Not bad. The Lookout would be nice, because now dropping this would give us a heal of like 8, because we're normally going to be playing this when it's fleeting. Yeah, that could be pretty solid. What can we get for a spells chest? Summon 2 random 1-cost followers. Manifest. I don't really like the Manifest, because while it does give us the cost reduction, it's also adding 2 more cards to our hand that are going to be hard to get rid of. We like having fleeting cards, because then they get discarded, they give us more draw next round. Not really a huge fan of this. Some of these are okay, like Double Trouble, just try to fill out our board with blockers, can be good, and it would be cheap. Yeah, I think we can do this. It is going to have some situations where our board is too full and it's not playable, but especially if we get this early, it could actually help against Fizz. Let's go for the healer. And yeah, we really could use the heal actually. So we'll get that and let's go into Fizz. Again, this doesn't really matter. Like, we know we're getting our Nilah. So these are all getting shuffled back regardless.
Oshlesh's power is mine to command.
So pretty.
We'll attack again and see how they block.
Back it up. Gimme, gimme.
All right, not bad. We'll go for a pow pow then.
Listen well. The
I do not like them having nab, so I'm not a fan of that. All right, I guess they heard me. Thanks, I guess. Yeah, a lot of cards getting obliterated, but that is the first round is kind of what happens. All right, let's drop for the slot bot. We want to get those blockers going. Although, if we go for hired gun, we'll have enough mana for 2 of the pow pows. All right, not too bad. All right, so there goes our spell shields. We'll have to try to drop a unit first thing next round to give them spell shield again, but that shouldn't be too bad.
Endless delights unfold around us. Rejoice!
Yeah, so we can go for the lookout, get a good heal going, give us all of our other units that spell shield. Sadly, this Make It Rain wasn't fleeting. I think we'll go for a Encore, so we can get a good fleeting card. So create a in hand another random spell from your regions. Sure. Let's reduce, I suppose, this one down a little bit, just so that they're going to have less blockers. The only person that can actually block is this one right here, because everyone else is going to be too low. And sure, we can put that right there. That won't be too bad. Because, yeah, all of our units having Brash. So, yeah, we kind of drew it at the wrong time. This is not really when we want to have double trouble. Let's just immediately kill that. I really dislike that card. But we also don't have elusive blockers. Suppose let's drop this here and see what it hits. I do find nab very tilting, but we'll get rid of the elusives. That is going to be more important. Let's see what they do. They're going crazy and playing and stuff. But nice. All right, with our Brash, we should just be able to attack, and I don't think there's really going to be anything they can do, because Nilah's going to hit them all, reducing their health by 2. They're all going to be below that 3 health threshold, so Brash is actually going to completely shut them down. Except for that one that didn't have it. All right, GG. That was actually quite a bit of fun. Nilah's a champion that normally I don't really kind of vibe with. I often found her a little bit annoying to play, but that was actually quite a lot of fun. And I think this build, especially for some higher end adventures, especially the Fizz adventure, worked out very, very well. Other than the first round, we normally weren't obliterating cards. We were able to generate a ton of fleeting cards, really be getting those 2 fleeting cards every round, because that's really what you want to do with Nilah, is making sure you're always playing 2 fleeting cards every round to get them doubled, because that card duplication is just so good. Yeah, having the spell shield to protect our units, the not deathless, but the death's foil to make sure our Nilah could always attack. That was actually quite a bit of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was actually way more fun than I was expecting for a Nilah run. And we didn't even really get anything crazy. Like, sure, Undying Legion is a legendary power, but it's also kind of one of the worst ones, I would say, especially for someone that isn't in Shadow Isles that can really utilize killing their own units or anything like that. But was fun, and I'll maybe have to try to play Nilah a little bit more. I do like that she has some good amount of complexity to her playstyle and kit, and does really feel or play different than anyone else. Hope you guys enjoyed that, though. If you did, like and subscribe, as always, is greatly appreciated. If you want more content, definitely check out the links down below. I hope you have a great rest of your day.